BoogeyMan Ben. Horror Zone.
Hello my fellow fiends, it's your buddy BoogeyMan Ben here for the final episode of BoogeyMan Ben's Horror Zone for 2015. And what a year it has been. I want to thank everyone for the continued support of this channel. 2015 has been a lot of fun with some of the events I got to go to, some of the cool people I got to meet. I got to meet Robert Englund for the first time. First time I've ever met the actor, one of my idols from growing up, and I got to meet him at the beginning of the year, and that was fantastic. I also got to meet another horror icon that I am completely in awe of, and that's Adam Green, who I'm a huge fan of. That was fantastic. In February of this year, I got to meet him and Alex Pardee at the premiere event for the film Digging Up the Marrow. I mean, that was one of the coolest experiences of my year. Saying that I met Diane Franklin from Better Off Dead and Amityville 2: The Possession. She was just a fantastic person. And then also Nathan Bichelle, who played Leslie Vernon in The Rise of Leslie Vernon Behind the Mask. Awesome guy. It was fantastic meeting him as well. I also had a fantastic vacation. I got to go to Disneyland this year with my family, and we had a fantastic time. It was one of the best vacations I've ever been on. And who can not mention the fact that I got an awesome new cat, Dracula. And I know I haven't shown him in a lot of videos, but 2016 is going to change that because he has got so much character and he is such an amazing cat. And he has just been one of the best gifts my wife and I could have gotten this year. He is absolutely fantastic. And those are some of the best things that happened this year. But there's been a lot of hard things to deal with this year for me. And, I'm one of those people that I feel the need sometimes to confess. That's why, sometimes on this channel I'll do my little rants. I haven't done as many lately, but, I've had some personal things to deal with this year. I just haven't been really very happy. And I'm not in a place that I really want to be, and I really hope that 2016 will be a change for me, that there'll be some opportunities that I can get out of this funk that I've been in for about 6 months. And now without further ado, let's get on to some fun stuff. Enough of this dreary crap. So this video, and now typically in my year-end videos, I always do like a top 10 of favorite movies. Now, I really want this channel, I know that I've done some videos about Star Wars and the Terminators and things like that. Now, Terminator I can still say is borderline horror, but for this year, I wanted my top 10 list for this year to be strictly horror films. So films like Jurassic World and Terminator Genesis and some of these other films I really liked, I don't consider them horror films. They're more action films. So I have left them off this list, like the Avengers and Star Wars and things like that. Those have been left off my list. These were all films that I loved this year. Star Wars is just I'm nuts about Star Wars. So first I'd like to do some honorable mentions. Now these are not in my top 10, but these were films that I really enjoyed this year. The first one I want to talk about is A Christmas Horror Story. Now this one I did rate pretty high, but there was other films that I watched this year that just I liked better than this one. But this film was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that I picked it up, and I think it's just got it's one of those Christmas films that I know I'm going to watch each and every year. It's just going to be a tradition for me. A lot of fun. I love the anthology of it. William Shatner was a riot in it, and it was just a really well done independent horror film. The next one on my list was Animal, and I did a review of this one on the channel. And this was a lot of fun. I really liked this film because it was practical effects. It was really creepy in spots, and I just had a lot of fun with this film. I don't know if a lot of people have seen it. I know it's on Netflix. I believe it's still on Netflix. So if you haven't seen this film, I recommend just giving it a watch. It's a lot of fun. It's creepy. It's gory. I thought it was great, and it really is a throwback to old school monster movies. Now, the next one on my list is one that I actually just watched. I believe I watched it a couple days ago. And it was one that I heard nothing but mixed and negative reviews about. So I just avoided it until I saw it was on Netflix. I'm like, I want to check this out. And I was shocked at how much I liked it. It was The Lazarus Effect. And I was shocked at how much I liked it. I liked everything about it. There was not one thing in that film that disappointed me. I really thought all the actors were great in the film. I liked the plot. I liked the effects. It was very creepy in spots. There was a lot of parts that really got under my skin, and it was a film that after it ended, I was really creeped out. So the film did its job, and I really don't understand why some people had a hard time with it or weren't happy with it. I mean, I understand that maybe some of the things have been done before, but I thought it was going to be like a Flatliners remake. It just seemed like it had the same elements as Flatliners, but it was very different, and I thought everybody did a great job in it, and Olivia Wilde scared the crap out of me in it, and she's a gorgeous actress, and I am actually really creeped out by her because of that film. So hands down, excellent film, and I can't wait to pick that film up. So number 10 on my list is Sinister II. This was a film I did do a review on the channel, and I had said in my review that I didn't like it as much as the first Sinister, and that's probably obvious how low it is on the list here. But I still got quite a bit of entertainment value out of it. I didn't think it had the creep factor that the first Sinister. The first Sinister is just, I think, one of the scariest horror films ever made. It's lots of dread. It just really gets under your skin, and Ethan Hawke was just fantastic in that film. This film, I think it just didn't have as strong of a lead, but I did like the mother and her two sons. I like that Deputy So-and-so came back from the original and was trying to prevent Bagul from the same the same fate that befell Ethan Hawke's family in the first film. He was trying to prevent those things from happening. Deputy So-and-so was. And I really like that aspect of it. I don't think the story was as focused as it could have been. There was some things that just didn't work very well in the film, like the whole thing with the home movies. I thought they worked really well in the first one, and this one I just felt like it was almost they were trying to be overly shocking, and in that course of trying to do that, they didn't work as well. They didn't creep me out as much because I think they overused that element of it. But other than that, I really thought it had some good spots to it. I didn't think Bagul was overused. I actually liked I think he was peppered into the film just about as much as he was in the first one. And yeah, there was some really some great moments, and I actually really liked it. Now, number 9 on my list is Cooties, and I just talked about this in a video that I did where I showcased some movies I got for Christmas. Again, I know not everybody loves this film. I liked it because, again, it's a subject matter that's kind of taboo. You have kids that are, turning into zombies and killing people, and that's not something you see very much, especially in today's cinema. So it reminded me a lot of like films that I grew up on, like in the 80s and things like that. And it's just a lot of fun. I think that there's parts of it that fall flat. I don't think it ended particularly strong. I think it was kind of just like it just ended. And that was a little disappointing to me. But for the rest of the film, I mean, other than that, the rest of the film is pretty fun. And like I said, I like the elements of it. It had a amount of gore and camp factor, and I think it's just a fun film to watch. Number 8 on my list is Eli Roth's movie Knock Knock. Knock Knock was available on demand, so I said, well, I'll check that out. And I was surprised at how much I like it. I really respect Eli Roth, but to be honest, I've never really been a huge fan of his films. I saw Cabin Fever. It was a one-time watch for me. I just really wasn't into it. Hostel was too disturbing for me. I think I've mentioned it on this channel before, but I watched Hostel like a month or two after my best friend passed away. So just the subject matter in that film, and people, these guys, their buddies, dying, and it hit too close to home for me. So I never wanted to watch it again. I did see Hostel 2, wasn't a big fan of that one, and I didn't know what to make of Knock Knock. I like Keanu Reeves. I've always been a fan of him from movies like The Matrix and Speed and Bill and Ted and Parenthood. He's done a lot of great films. And John Wick, which is a great film. And I really liked the film. A lot of people think were negative towards his performance in the film, but it worked for me. And the two women in the film are gorgeous and also very creepy. And I don't know. I like those kind of films where you don't know what the outcome's going to be, and it's the ending was shocking to me, and the build up towards it was just like, oh my god, it's like I couldn't believe like what was going on and what was happening to this guy, and it's a pretty shocking film. I know it's a mixed film. I know some people were pretty negative towards it, but I actually really liked it, and I can't wait to pick it up. Number 7 on my list is The Gift, and I know this isn't technically a horror film, but it does have some very suspenseful moments. The performances in this are fantastic. Rebecca Hall, Jason Bateman, and Joel Edgerton. Joel Edgerton floored me because not only does he star, he's one of the main leads, and he's one of the leads in this film, but he also wrote and directed this film. Fantastic thriller. A movie that really gut punches you at the end. Number 6 on my list is Headless, and this was a film that I knew absolutely nothing about. I'm going to thank Jason from Beyond the Realms for recommending this film. He did a review of it, and the subject matter, I think he had a link to the site with the trailer and everything, and I watched the trailer. But this, I don't know what it was about this film, but I think it's because of the empathy you feel for the main killer in this, and it's weird to say that, but the gore, I mean, it is a gory film. It is not a film that everyone will love, but the fact that this was an independent film and it's made so well, and everybody in this film is fantastic. Number 5 on my list is a film I don't own yet, but I did buy the digital copy of it through iTunes, and that's Tales of Halloween. That film is so much fun. I really loved all of the individual stories. I loved just Halloween is my favorite time of year and my favorite holiday, and I so miss it. It's like I hate when the year's over and I got 10 months to wait till the next Halloween, but yeah, Halloween's the best time of year for me, and that film really and just like Trick or Treat did for me, I really felt Tales of Halloween captured the essence of the holiday. Okay, number 4 on my list is Insidious Chapter 3. I love this film, and in fact, I've said it before, this is my favorite film in the Insidious franchise. I don't know what it is about this film. This film scared the shit out of me, and I don't know what it is, and I give hats off to Lee Winnell, who picked up the reins from James Wan and directed this film. It was his first directorial effort, and he kicked it, and he knocked it out of the park for me. I don't know what it was about this story. I think it was just the young girl who's she's confined to her bed because of an accident, and just the things that start happening to her, and her father who's a single father, and everything. And then of course I cannot say enough great things about Lynn Shay, who's just fantastic in this film. Now, number 3 on my list is It Follows. This film is fantastic, and the more I've watched it, the more I loved it. I remember seeing this in the movie theater, and just being blown away by it. It's a very scary film. It's a very different horror film. I know some people don't like it as much as I did, but I think it's original, and I love seeing original horror, especially original horror that's really well done. And this film is very eerie. I think one of the strongest elements of this film is the soundtrack by Disaster Piece. It's just fantastic music. I own the score. I listened to it many times, and that soundtrack is, like, to me, it's what John Carpenter's score for Halloween is. It's one of those scores that's just, as soon as you hear it, you know what movie it is, and it's fantastic. It's a great film. The performances are great. The scares are there. It's very different, but I like the fact that it's very different. Now, people might get mad at me for this, but so going back to a review that I did several weeks back, I claimed that one film was my favorite film of the year. And it was before I saw Star Wars, and Star Wars doesn't count in this anyway because it's not a horror film. But I kind of flip-flopped my number one and my number two. So, because I had to think about this list and really figure out what were my number one and my number two films, because this is where it always gets tough for me. So I'm going to have to say that my second favorite film of 2015, it was really tough, but my second favorite film of the year is Krampus. Now, I know when I did the review of the film, and I'm not going to go into a lot of details because I just did the review of it, but when I did the review of the film, I said that it was my favorite film of the year. But when I said that, it was like I had just seen the film, I was excited, I had just come out of the theater, and it is fantastic. I love the film. I loved everything about that film. Cannot wait to own that film and watch it every year. I'll probably watch it in June, too. I absolutely loved it. I love Mike Dougherty. I love Trick or Treat. I love what he brought to that he brought Krampus to us. That film was just perfect. It was just my type of scary Christmas movie. It was just, I loved everything about it. My switching of my number one and my number two. It could have been the experience I had of seeing this film, but also I just started thinking about the subject matter of my number one film. Just the fact that it really was a film that spoke to me as a horror fan, as someone that grew up using his imagination and wondering what was out in the world, what was in the woods behind my grandmother's house, things like that. I always thought there was things out there that I couldn't see. And I just have to say that this film speaks to me as a horror fan, and the fact that I got to meet the filmmaker and the artist behind the monsters have just made it that much more special to me. And that film is Digging Up the Marrow, which is my favorite film of 2015, my favorite horror film of 2015. I love this film 100%. Adam Green is just, for me, he's the voice of my generation. I know he's only been making films for about a decade now, but he is just, the guy is fantastic. And meeting him was just one of the best experiences of my life because he was such a nice guy and really, really appreciated his fans and the people that support his work. And this film I've probably watched, I'm going to say, at least 30 times. I love this film. I love everything about it. I love the mystery about it. I love that you don't see everything. I love that it's got cameos by some of my horror heroes. It's just such a fantastic film, and it's a film that allows you to use your imagination, and I love that about it. So that is going to be it, my fellow fiends, and like I said, this is my last video for 2015. It's been a rough year, a rocky year. Lots of things to deal with, a lot of things that I need to think about in 2016. I'm very hopeful that 2016 will be a great year for not only you, my loyal viewers, but also for me and my family. Like I said, it's been a hard year, and just want to start thinking positive again, start feeling like my old self again, my old spooky self. I want to feel like the boogeyman that everybody's come to appreciate on this channel. And I feel like I've been off the last couple months. I feel like I'm starting to get my stride back. I'm starting to feel like what I do matters, and that people appreciate what I do. And that goes not only from this channel but beyond in my personal life. So just trying to keep positive thoughts, and I want to wish every one of you a very happy New Year. I hope everyone stays safe, and I hope everyone looks forward to the new and improved Horror Zone coming in 2016. So I want to thank you all again for all the support. Take it easy. Thanks so much. Stay scared.